Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome along to Hellmouth Hotline. I'm your host, Rodney Stewart, and we're getting into House of Horror now with a little episode called The Mark of Satan. So just before we do that, again, jump over, check out Coins Age Media for all the podcasts and YouTube channels and indie film stuff. I would really appreciate it. Guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. We're getting into the House of Horror box set again. This episode is The Mark of Satan. Probably the most random and kind of hard to follow episode on the box set. And the reason that I watched it twice over the last couple of months, and my second viewing was only the second viewing. Like it's not as if I know this box set intimately, but the first time I sat down and watched episode 1, I ended up binging the entire box set within 2 days. That was about 6 or 7 months ago, and literally just finished watching this episode for the second time. And it is a very, very good episode, but very misleading, very confusing, and it's done beautifully. The main character in the episode believes that he is infected by demons and he's seeing conspiracies all over the place, and you see it from his perspective and the way he's seeing things. He keeps seeing these numbers, 9, 2 and 7, and everything, no matter where he's at, if there's a situation, the number 9 will pop up repeatedly throughout the episode. If the number 9 doesn't pop up, 7 will pop up, and then a 2 will come shortly after it. 7, 8, 9, there you go, 9 again. This keeps happening, and the more he comes across this occurrence of numbers adding up to 9, the more he gets convinced that there's a conspiracy. At the very beginning, there's a guy on an operating table. Before even the opening credits even happen, there's a guy on an operating table who's there. He tried to drill a hole into his own head to let demons out, and before he dies, he screams out, "Leave my soul alone." And the main character in this works in the hospital, in the morgue. When he's stitching up the body of this dead guy, he pricks his finger whenever he's trying to sew him up. Excuse the noise outside the studio. And this leads him into the whole thing where he starts to think that, now whatever this guy was infected by demons, I'm going to be infected by demons now. And then just his whole mentality just crashes throughout the episode. And it's quite confusing, as in the fact that, everything that you're presented with in this episode makes perfect sense from his perspective. Then you think you find out what's happened, and then they kind of give you what's really happening, but then they sort of mix and match through everything. And a little bit in the last 10-15 minutes of the episode, I don't know, probably I need to really sit down and really try and ingest it properly. Like, both times I've watched it, I've been late at night and lack of sleep. But by the end of the episode, he too decides the only way out of this situation is to drill a hole in his head to let the demons out. And that's where the episode finishes out at. He's in the table at the end of it, and the camera pans in looking at him, and you hear the voiceover of the guy at the start of the episode who was screaming out, "Leave my soul alone." Really good episode. Probably not the strongest in the series, but nonetheless very good storytelling, very well acted. Shows what you can do on a next to near no budget to freak people out and scare them. I enjoyed it, but again, probably not one of the stronger episodes, but it's worth checking out. This has been a production of Coins Age Media. thank you so much for listening.